Do y'all think that our government is actually a bunch of freaking angels? You know what I'm saying? Every single time a war erupts, do you know what I do? I watch the headlines. I watch to see if any secret bills get passed. It's a poker game. And our government's most famous tell, and again, a game of poker, it's called a tell. Our government's most famous tell that it's got is going ahead and passing secret crap like the Genius Act. I want y'all to think about this for a second. They got this Genius Act thing through in the middle of all the chaos, okay? The citizens doom scrolling about all the Middle East stuff and the Epstein stuff and the Texas floods. I got caught up in it myself, I'll admit it. Y'all know that you've been watching this channel. We're all trying to figure it out. But think about this. There was a 12-day war over there, y'all. A 12-day war. We had missiles, we had explosions, and then all of a sudden it just disappears. You know what I'm saying? I call total BS. So while we were all caught up in that theater, they passed this Genius Act, which basically accelerates the digital dollar infrastructure, biometric ID integration, and financial behavior monitoring. It's all there. Read about it in the Genius Act, and nobody even blinked. Nobody even blinked. And here's the deal about this whole Genius Act. It doesn't just replace money, it replaces identity. We all become programmable under this thing. And this is going to make a cashless society very, very soon. I don't think it's going to take more than just a couple years at this point. If we all have a digital currency, okay, you could just wake up in one morning and you could go to your bank account and all your money's gone. It's completely gone. Everything you've ever worked hard for in your entire life has been wiped away and deleted. I don't know if you had millions of dollars. Prove it. You sue us. We don't care. You take years in court. Prove it, because we see that your balance is 0.00. You know, think about all the people who have been debanked. I have friends that have been debanked, okay? We did a Bank of America video last year. A lot of people and a lot of businesses have been debanked for no reason, and they got it back. The two people I know personally, but they had to fight for it, and there was no explanation given as to why this ever happened. So think about these people. I'm sure you know folks. Okay, so imagine if they debanked you in the age of cash currency that we can all hold right now. Imagine what they would do if tomorrow you had a digital currency right now. It'd be way more sinister, and they'd get away with it so much easier. And some of y'all might think this is an ad, and it's not. It just happened to be what we were talking about today. But this is exactly why I make sure we got silver, I got gold. Because look, you ain't gonna debank me. You ain't gonna freeze all my assets. I'm gonna have something in case this kind of stuff happens, because it's gonna take a while for them to actually roll this out. But if you got some gold bars, if you got some silver coins, you have some kind of net worth, y'all. So go to protectwithbuddy.com. You can hold it physically in your hands, bury it in your backyard like your grandparents did, like my Uncle Ray still does to this very, very day. Y'all, I think about the time that Obama got in office back in 2009. Real money still existed, right? Back in 2015, it got tighter, but we could still manage. 2020, what do they hit us with? A virus. They hit us with super inflation all of a sudden, and then they hit us with lockdowns. 2023, you know, the grocery stores and the prices of the food just go through the roof. And now in 2025, we're just out here surviving. And by the way, on this Genius Act, it wasn't even close. What terrifies me more than anything in the world is when the Democrats and the Republicans, those dirty rats up there in Congress, all vote together. The vote was like 308 to 122. You know, we've had all these split down the middle things, and this was just everybody in Congress, all the rats saying, this is a great idea. A lot of Republicans have been conned into thinking that this Genius Act is going to bring the exciting new frontier of crypto. But Christians know the beast system is literally being rolled out. The book of Revelation is very, very specific about the monetary worldwide system we're going to be taking place. A lot of y'all studied this. We've talked about it a ton on this channel. And everyone who just voted for this Genius Act, that they call it, just built the entire infrastructure for the beast system right before your very eyes, and nobody blinked. So like I said, whenever a major event rolls out, or it could be war, it could be a Super Bowl, it could be the NBA Finals. Dive into the news and look and see what kind of bills they're actually trying to pass in these times. It is getting wild out there, y'all. And I just want to talk to you like a friend at a bonfire. Like I said, the Genius Act is very, very evil. And you ain't gonna see it right now. You're probably gonna see it in 2 or 3 years. And we're gonna be looking back at 2025 and saying, remember when they passed that? This is exactly what I'm talking about. So look into gold and silver. The link is gonna be below. And look, all I can say as far as our country boys, we say, yeah, we do invest in gold and silver and also lead. Don't you ever forget that one. God bless you and your families. Appreciate you. Be good.